Okay. Okay. So, we are about almost exactly 1 month out from when Sword and Shield release. And I thought it'd be interesting to go through which of the new Pokemon that have been revealed so far, keeping in mind that, you know, not all the Pokemon have been revealed so far. Obviously, they're actually being pretty tight-lipped about information this time, which personally I'm a big fan of. I really like when there's a ton of surprises in the game and not, you know, I find it super disappointing when everything is revealed beforehand. But yeah, keeping in mind that there's a lot of imperfect information and this is all speculatory, I wanted to talk about which Pokemon that has kind of stood out above all the rest to me in terms of competitive viability, given that we don't have that much information. So, in front of me, I'm on Cerebi.net, sponsored, hashtag sponsored. Just kidding, I'm not sponsored. I just have used Cerebi for like over 10 years now. I have a list of all the new Pokemon. So, given what we know, given that we don't know stats, I thought it'd be interesting to go through and see what jumps out. So, we have the starters. Nothing to talk about there. Yeah, don't really have anything special to say about the starters. We don't know anything about them. Lulu is a normal type. People love it. Fluffy is honestly an amazing ability. I think Fluffy is great. However, we don't know enough about Lulu, and it just doesn't look very strong, let's be honest. Gossifleur and Eldegoss, especially Eldegoss, I think this could be cool. It's pure grass type. Looks like it should be Grass Fairy, don't you think? I thought that it had a specific Gigantamax form, but it doesn't. I think this could be cool. It has Cotton Down and Regenerator. I don't remember what Cotton Down does, actually. What does Cotton Down do? That's a new ability, I think. But Regenerator is an amazing ability. Regenerator is a really good ability, more so in singles than in doubles. Though obviously, like, Amoonguss has its place in doubles as well. But that's primarily because Amoonguss is really good, and not necessarily because Regenerator is good. But basically, on the right kind of Pokemon, Regenerator can be really strong. Eldegoss could be cool. Looks like it should be fast. I need to check what Cotton Down does. I actually have forgotten. Dreadnought. I'm going to be honest, I think this thing looks trash. It looks like it should evolve, but I don't think it does. It has its Gigantamax form. Dreadnought. G-Max Storm Surge. Okay, it sets up Stealth Rocks. Maybe in singles that'll be good. I don't think it'll be good in doubles. Water Rock, I believe. Not great defensive typing. Could be good. I don't think so. Corviknight, interesting. Could be good. Could be very bad. Yamper, don't know anything about. Impidimp, don't know anything about. Alcremie, Fairy type, Sweet Veil, Gigantamax form. This thing is not a Pokemon, and no one's convincing me otherwise. This Rolycoly is not a Pokemon. I don't believe it. Duraludon seems cool, honestly. Steel Dragon is really, really neat typing, and I think that has a lot of potential, so that's a contender. Obstagoon also could be really cool. Reckless is a really strong ability. Yeah, Reckless, and Guts is also, honestly, another really strong ability. It's also unclear, like, how that affects Linoone, like, if Linoone will get better because of this. Galarian, Linoone. This thing looks like a Gimmick. Maybe it'll be good. I don't think it'll be good. More Pico. Hangry form. Really? This thing is super dumb. Right? Cramorant, it eats a fish. Are there fish in Pokemon? Nobody knows. Don't really know what to make of this thing. Could be good. Again, Water Flying is not great typing. 4 times weakness to Electric, weak to Rock. Baiting and Rock Slides. And the ability is kind of stupid in my opinion. Could be good. Probably won't be. Poltegeist is actually really cool. Ghost type. I think ghost types have a lot of potential, so this thing could be good. It looks like it should evolve into something, if you ask me. Surfetched could be very good. I'm going to have a video talking all about Surfetched at some point, probably after this video. Unnamed fish-like Pokemon. That's probably it. Honestly, guys, let's just jump into it. Unnamed fish-like Pokemon. That didn't work. And then there's like some other things that have been noticed, and then the legendaries. So, of the ones I mentioned, the ones that stand out, Surfetched, this is to me, Poltegeist, Obstagoon, this guy, Duraludon, this is not a Pokemon, that's a rock, Alcremie, maybe Corviknight, I kind of doubt it, maybe Eldegoss, I kind of doubt it, but yeah, that's the list so far. Let's just jump right to the chase. I think, out of everything that's been revealed so far, Alcremie seems like the most busted by far, and that's specifically because of its Gigantamax form. So let's just take a look at Alcremie here. First of all, it's got a bunch of variations. Not like a big deal. Why is this one weird? Why are a couple of these weird? Huh, I don't know. Yeah, basically, this thing is pure Fairy type, which is a very good typing. I wonder why Galarian Weezing... Oh, because it's not a new Pokemon. Yeah, this is only talking about the new Pokemon, not variations. Bunch of different color combinations, that's cool. But the thing that makes Alcremie to me seem very, very terrifying is Well, so it has a couple things going for it that we know already. First of all, its ability. Let's see, where is it? Ability. It has Sweet Veil. Where's the ability? I don't know what the ability is. Type, height, weight. Okay, I don't know what the ability is, but it has Sweet Veil, which prevents Pokemon on your side of the field from falling asleep. I think there's honestly a good chance they might change based on how. Okay, so basically, Galarian Ponyta was revealed, right? And I believe that the way that it works, its ability works, is that it prevents poisoning on your side of the field. Fine, right? That's okay. But also, it makes it so that if you switch in, your partner Pokemon are cured of poisoning. And I don't believe that it cures poisoning in the back. But yeah, so anything on the field basically is cured of poisoning. And I don't think necessarily that means that they're going to change how Sweet Veil works, where if you switched in, your teammate will wake up. But that would be a huge, huge buff for Pokemon like Alcremie and Slurpuff and, does anything else get Sweet Veil? At least those two. Because that's very different, being able to switch it in and immediately wake up. That would change things actually significantly for those Pokemon. But Sweet Veil in general is a really nice ability. Not because sleep is like so, omnipresent, but it's an ability where on some Pokemon, like, the ability kind of is just there. Like, on regular Gengar, for example. Like, it has Curse Body. It might come into play sometimes. But, like, for the most part, it's probably not going to be that useful, and you can't rely on it. Whereas Sweet Veil is actually a pretty good ability. But that's really not what makes Alcremie, in my opinion, busted. Alcremie is this Gigantamax form, where it turns into a freaking cake. And while it's in cake formy... yeah, Sweet Veil. While it's in cake formy... where does it tell me what the move is? Oh, here we go. In Gigantamax form, G-Max Finale. Fairy-type moves used by Gigantamax Alcremie will change to G-Max Finale. G-Max Finale will heal all Pokemon on Alcremie's side while dealing damage to an opponent. So, the wording here is a little bit vague. The way that I'm going to interpret this is I think that it's going to heal the partner Pokemon on the field. It also says... but it also says will heal all Pokemon on Alcremie's side. So it's unclear to me if there's three cases here. Number one, it only heals the partner Pokemon. Number two, it heals the partner Pokemon in addition to Alcremie. And number three, it heals the Pokemon in the back. So the first situation, it's still pretty good. This, because of Gigantamax, the way that it works, and of course we don't know exactly how this is going to play out in actual competitive play, but my suspicion is that Gigantamax Pokemon are probably going to stick around for a while, as long as you play them carefully. You can Gigantamax, you'll get an HP boost, pretty significant HP boost, actually. So depending on the stats, Alcremie can, have enough HP that it can fire off its move a couple of times. It's also unclear to me whether or not the attack is blocked, or the side effects are cancelled if the opponent protects. But for example, having a move that not only will do damage, so, even if it's not a very strong move, right? People run Heal Pulse in VGC, right? Heal Pulse is a move that's, pretty powerful. Like, in the right situation, like, Gothitelle have run it, Tapu Fini was running it a lot this year. It's considered a pretty good move, where the ability to give a partner Pokemon 50% up to, 50% minimum, 50% maximum health back, depending on where they are, is a pretty valuable ability. And if you pair Alcremie with, let's say Arcanine, right? And you just time it so that, you Gigantamax and you use your Fairy G-Max Finale attack when your Arcanine is low, you have a Pokemon that can be healed all the way back up. That's already a powerful combination that could work, right? Or you pair it with Hitmontop, where, you increase Alcremie's longevity with Intimidate and Fake Out, and then when Hitmontop gets weakened, heal it back up with this G-Max Finale. And even if... Okay, so the way that I think that it works is... I feel like if it heals Alcremie itself... I don't see how you're going to stop this thing. I think that you just have to... in VGC, it's only 4 versus 4. And so, being able to, have a full restore for even one of your Pokemon, right? Even just a partner Pokemon is pretty good. But if it heals Alcremie as well, you have basically 3 turns where you can't do anything. Because unless you can take knockouts that turn, they're just going to heal it all back, right? And a smart player can use, this... they don't have to lead off with it, right? You can save it for the back. This also gives you a strong incentive for, saving your Pokemon. Low HP Pokemon. Switch it in when Alcremie is, going to use its G-Max Finale. Things are pretty good all of a sudden. So I think that if it heals Alcremie itself, that's really scary. That's really, really scary. And I think that's going to be like absolutely broken. I feel like for that reason, it cannot heal Alcremie itself. I also think that it won't heal the Pokemon in the back because, again, that just seems so unbelievably overpowered that I don't see how that's, like, going to be allowed for everyone's sake. Like, I really hope that's not allowed because, yeah. And there's also been some discussion on whether or not Gigantamax moves are even going to be allowed in VGC, or Pokemon are going to be allowed in VGC. I've seen some comparisons comparing them to, like, Ash Greninja. Yeah, and, like, event Pokemon in general, like... and so, for that reason, I'm not entirely sure. I just want to check really quickly. Yeah, it doesn't really say here. Yeah, so for that reason, Gigantamax Pokemon might not be allowed, in which case it doesn't really matter how this thing works, but it's just, like, yeah, so powerful. So, yeah, basically, that's it. For all the Pokemon that have been revealed so far, Alcremie is the one that I think is the most powerful. Even with, you know, Defog Corviknight, even with Stealth Rock, Dreadnought, even with the ones that I already talked about in an earlier video, Butterfree, Charizard, Eevee. I think Alcremie is by far the most powerful one, and so, yeah. What do you guys think? Do you think it's going to be allowed in VGC next year? Do you think it's going to be allowed in official competitions? And if so, how do you think this move is actually going to work? I'm thinking of it as like a full partner heal when you attack, but not the whole team, not the Pokemon in the back, because there's very, very few mechanics that work like that, but it's also a new generation, and that is how it could work. So, yeah, with that being said, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. Yeah, make sure you subscribe. Be doing a lot more Sword and Shield content. I'm also really excited for when we actually have information and my videos aren't just like speculation, which I think this is super fun personally, but yeah, I'm looking forward to to when Sword and Shield actually drops and we can get like actual, like, start theorying for real, like with stats and with full metagame and stuff. So yeah, anyway, that's all I want to say. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.